Questions are surfacing from doctors and politicians. Which law will be enforced in Arizona and when? Right now, a pre-statehood law 158 years old may be in immediate effect. All abortions are banned unless it threatens the mother's life. It calls for a mandatory prison sentence of 2 to 5 years for those who perform the procedure.
It hasn't been the law since 1973, and it won't be the law in roughly 90 days.
In 90 days, Andrew Turk, the head of the litigation department of Rose Law Group, says a new law will kick in, banning abortions after 15 weeks of gestation, unless there is a medical emergency. But the question is, can the territorial law be enforced until then, which is much more restrictive? Attorney General Mark Brnovich hasn't given a clear answer, but in a statement he said in part, quote, "It is a developing situation for our country and our state."
Based on the statements he's made so far, if he's consistent with those for the next 60 days or 90 days, he's not planning on trying to enforce that statute. I think that trying to enforce the old statute would lead to a lot of litigation that might not end up having any real impact because it is only going to be potentially in place for such a short period of time.
Still, uncertainty reigns over abortion clinics like Desert Star Family Planning that are choosing to turn away patients until there is clarity on the law.
In the wake of the Supreme Court decision, we're in a holding pattern here, waiting to hear from our Attorney General or whoever it is that's supposed to inform us on what's being enforced and how we comply.
And tonight, Turk says there's a lot of gray area in this new statute. He expects a lot more litigation on this issue in the coming months. Meanwhile, the AG says their team is actively reviewing the 213-page opinion that was just released this morning.
Yeah, we'll all be watching this very closely to see what happens.